Okay guys, gas tank is sealed back up, bike is on. We're doing an iron butt today. Yes, that is right. Today we are doing an iron butt. I did one, what's it been, about 3-4 years ago, something like that. And we're going to go out and do another one today. The only difference is I am not using any interstates to do this iron butt. I am headed out on Wisconsin 81. I'll meet up with Highway 11. And from there, once I get into, I think it's Dubuque, I'll pick up US Highway 20 and pretty much stay on Highway 20 all the way down to Ewing, Nebraska. This is going to be an out and back trip. I need to quickly do some stuff on my receipt. Say that's my start. And look at that, I'm at 74,449. 74,449 miles. And that's what I'm going to go off of. Normally I use my trip odometer. I am going to leave that zeroed out for the entire trip, but I'm going to use my standard odometer reading instead of my trip odometer. Now, by the rules, you're supposed to have a witness stating that they saw you leave. I'm just going to get my wife to sign the papers. She knows I'm good for it. She knows I'm not going to lie. And the time on the receipt is 3:37. So we have 24 hours to make 1,000 miles. All right, but I wanted to make this quick recording because I've got light here. Once I get out in the country, it's going to be black. It is, like I said, 3:30 in the morning. All right, guys, so Wisconsin 81 there is going to veer off. I am on US Highway 11 right now. I am going through Monroe. I know you can't see too much, but that's where I'm at. Taking some decent time, but again, this is a marathon, not a sprint, so take your time, take it easy, have fun with it. You see those red blinking lights over there? Those are windmills. I think it's just kind of funny that they all blink at the same time. There we go, we should get a good shot of them now. I think that's funny as hell. Okay guys, stopped here in Hazel Green. I've done about 80 miles or so, but I had to stop in here, use the restroom real quick. And I also wanted to get my Bluetooth going on my wrist there so I can start listening to some music. The first hour and a half of riding, I've just been enjoying riding in the dark. But now it's time to get back on the road. Right up here is going to be our turn where we follow 11 into Dubuque. But I figured since I was stopped, I would turn my navigation on. I'm not sure exactly how to get through Dubuque to get to 20. I don't think it'd be hard either, but just don't go to Dubuque all that often, so I might get a little lost. Alright, here is my Highway 11. By the way, Highway 11 right there, I always thought Highway 11 was a US highway. Apparently not. It's a Wisconsin highway. Alright, I'm coming up on this four-way stop up here, and my navigation is telling me I need to turn. And as you can see on the sign there, it's also part of the Great River Road. Normally I would have gone straight here and used the next intersection, but maybe this is a more direct tie to, yeah, the direct tie to US 20. That way I'm not going through the city. I tell you though, as I got closer to the Mississippi River, man, it just got colder and colder and colder. That was one of the reasons why I had to stop at Hazel Green, just to get in there to warm up too. And of course you guys will notice too, I do not have my 360 camera. And the main reason for that is because this camera and the 360 camera both use micro SD cards. So I wouldn't have enough SD cards to operate both cameras for this long haul. So I decided I'd flip back over to my GoPro 2, and that takes a standard SD card. So I've got like 4 cards for that, and then I can use all 4 of my micro SD cards in my Sony on my helmet. I think last time I tried to get onto US 20 over here, I screwed it up. Because instead of turning here, I ended up going straight. Mississippi River. Cool. I always like this city. Got such beautiful architecture in here. Just beautiful. Alright. Iowa Medal of Honor Highway. Alright, well, we'll see how far we can get. I've got about a half a tank of gas. And then we'll stop for our first gas stop of the day and pick up some breakfast, I hope. Okay guys, so here I am at a Casey's gas station in Manchester, Iowa. Filled up with gas, used the bathroom, even grabbed a breakfast burrito for something to eat. I've got 74,589 miles on my odometer, and it is, what is that, about 20 minutes to 7, so about 6:40. Now it's right back out on the road. Let's get going. So you might be wondering why I decided that I wanted to come out and do another iron butt ride. And truthfully, it's because I haven't done one for like, what, 4 years now, I think? So I thought it'd be time to get out and see if I can still do it. Now, the last one I did was a straight shot all the way to Miles City, Montana. So yeah, that was 1,000 miles one direction. This one here, I am not doing that. I am going halfway, turning around and going back home so I can sleep in my own bed tonight, I hope. Just getting out to challenge yourself to see what you can do. It's not just saying you can do it, it's proving to yourself that you can do it. You know, I can tell myself, well, yeah, I can run 100 miles, no problem. I could do a 26-mile marathon. Yeah, I'll prove it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here to see if I can still do 1,000 miles in one day. You know, and my bike too. You know, my bike is 15 years old. It's coming up on 75,000 miles. You know, does good old Angel here still have what it takes to do a long haul trip? You know, I got the Route 66 ride coming up here in a few months, and I just need to know if she can make it almost 3,000 miles out to California and back home. So this is my 4th attempt on doing an iron butt, but I don't know, there was just something about it. I was thinking about it, is like when they designed these iron butt rides, we did not have the speeds on the interstates like we have now, of being able to do 70, 75, 80 miles an hour. Yeah, you can do it really no problem. You can do it in about 16 to 18 hours. But this road here, the speed limit is 65 miles an hour. So it's a lot slower. I'm going through towns and stuff like that. You know, I had to drive through Dubuque and Hazel Green and stuff like that. So I have actually had to travel through towns to do this. And I'm kind of hoping that's what I was going to have on US Highway 20 here, was that I was going to be able to ride through a few towns. I didn't realize that this was all going to be a 4-lane divided highway. But I was thinking about it, and it's like, you know, when they designed these iron butt rides, the speed limits on the interstates were only 55 miles an hour. 55! Now, can you imagine trying to do an iron butt at 55 miles an hour on an interstate? And so that's kind of what I wanted to do this. It was a little bit slower and would take a little more time. So I wanted to see if I can still do it. Well, I'm starting to have a small issue. It's nothing with the bike or anything like that. It's actually with my throttle lock over here. And then if I hit the lock on it and let go, after a little bit it just kind of pops open and turns off the throttle lock. I'm going to have to look to see what's going on with that once I get home. Stopped at Fort Dodge, Casey's gas station, to fill up. I'm at 74,735 miles. While I was here, I used the bathroom, of course. Grabbed a little bit of a snack. Got a couple of Mountain Dew bottles. That's cool. They got a tractor up on that tower tank there. You know, and there was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about, and do you think I can remember what the hell it was? I just can't remember jack crap, I tell you. I wish this zipper would stay up. Okay, so look at, coming up on 330 miles. So at 333 we'll be 1/3 done, technically. And I tell you, I love this prairie stuff. I really do. To sit there and see, there's a farm, 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 there's a farm. All within visual sight. There's no trees in the way or nothing. It's like, oh my goodness, really? It's like really super cool. You know, the sky, look how huge the sky looks, because there's like nothing in the way of it. Oh guys, look at all the windmills. Look at all of them. You go all down the horizon line over there. I'm curious, do you guys sit like this? This is actually quite comfortable for me. And basically all it is, it's the top of my engine guard. But instead of putting my foot out on the peg, I just put my foot up on the engine guard itself. So do you guys sit like that? Or am I just being weird? Like I said, for me that is like really comfortable. The only problem is that the engine guard is chrome, and I wish there was something there to give it a little bit of a texture so it gripped my boot better, so it wouldn't slide off. But other than that, I mean, it's comfortable. You know, they're kind of hypnotic to watch. So this has been happening more often. I'm starting to go through a few smaller towns, actually having to slow down to 55 miles an hour. So that's kind of nice. This is kind of what I wanted. I wanted to slow down for these smaller towns. And now it's happening. However, the highway has kind of gone to crap. Blacktop, it's all rutted and bumpy. Oh wow, look at this. I actually got a stop sign. Like I said, this is kind of what I was wanting. Unbelievable. Wow, look at this. It actually narrowed up to a single lane. Wow. Like I said, this is what I was hoping that most of the highway would be. Again, back down to 55 miles an hour, but now we're down to a single lane, backed up to 4 lanes. Here we go. Alright guys, we have to take this exit here to Sioux City, Nebraska. Now I don't think I've gotten into Nebraska yet. Alright guys, here we go into Nebraska. Woohoo! Yeah! Alright guys, I'm getting off on exit 1A just to get gas. Stopped here at this Pony Express gas station here to fill up, get my receipt, get my photo with my odometer. Holy crap guys, look at this. We went from the 4-lane divided to a 2-lane. Haha! This is what I was wanting. I was hoping that US 20 was going to be like this all the way. And now I gotta slow down to 35 to go through the town. Oh my god, look at these hills! Oh god. If you're the type of person that thinks Nebraska's flat, you've never been to Nebraska, I tell you. This is awesome. Yeah. Oh, look at that. A few clouds have creeped in. I haven't even noticed. Yep. This is it, guys. I've been going through a little bit of a construction. I've actually had to wait for a follow me truck to go through a construction zone. Had to wait for that. Wait for this red light here because it's a 1-lane. Change back to green here in a sec. That's the way it goes. You know, it's part of the game. You know, how do you manage all this? How do you manage the construction and the traffic jams and overturn vehicle onto the interstate and stuff like that? How do you overcome all that and still make your time? Here we are at our turn 45B. I have no idea if this is gravel. Does not seem like it. And there's our sign. Ewing, 6 miles. Okay guys, this is the small town of Ewing. There's the water tower up there. Oh, I think that was supposed to be my turn. Oh well. I'm just going to come up here to the, I think it's a state highway. US Highway 275. I think my gas station is actually on 275, so coming all the way down here doesn't hurt. And there's the Ewing city sign. Oh shit. It's only 10% ethanol, 87 octane. Let me do some math and some figuring, get my receipt for my gas, and then I'm gonna go talk to them and see. It says they have sandwiches in there, so let's see if we can get some lunch. There you go, guys. That's the mileage right now at my gas stop here in Ewing. 74,977 miles, only 33 miles to go. I'm excited. We're going to hit 75,000 miles today. This is awesome. All right, let's get back on the road. It's a little bit later than I was hoping, in that it's coming up on 2 o'clock. It's almost 2 o'clock. And we've got 528.3 miles. So yeah, our trip home will put us well over mileage that we need for today. So we'll be good. No worries. So even if I go by 10-hour run, I should be home by midnight. Looks like my camera might be dead. That camera battery went dead. Okay, so you're just going to have to settle for this camera until I make my next stop. I'm not stopping just to change a battery. These sprinkler systems is a joy for 2 reasons. One, the water might actually spray out onto the road and cool you off. And 2, even if it doesn't, it creates like a microclimate and gets a cold spot right around that sprinkler. So if that sprinkler is like within distance of the road, you can actually feel a little cool breeze coming off of it. It's kind of cool. Well, I've been futzing around with my camera here. I didn't think the battery would be quite dead yet. And I think all it was is that the camera had gotten hot. I did not take that in the gas station with me when I was eating my lunch and stuff. It actually sat out here on the bike. Well, see, now it just shut off again. So I'm thinking that the camera may have just overheated a little bit. So we'll leave it alone for a while, see what happens. Look at all the cows. They got a little swimming pool down there. Well, hell, guys, I completely forgot to look at the mileage, my odometer. I flipped over 15 miles ago and I missed it. Damn it! Oh! I've just been enjoying the scenery. I mean, this is beautiful. Alright, here's part of that 1-lane construction where you got to follow the work truck through. And it looks like we have to wait for a little while. There's a old house right there in that field. You know, stuff like that, I just want to go in there and explore and look around. Look at that view. Look at that view. See, this is where you guys need to go riding. And hell, I don't even care if you're on a motorcycle. Go for a drive. Grab the missus, grab the kids, throw them in the back seat. Go for a drive. See what you can find. I told you guys time and time again, that's what my channel's all about. It's just to entice you to get out and go explore, go for a hike, go for a motorcycle ride. Try something new with your food. And that's the whole thing about my channel. I'm not here to sell you products. I'm not here to sell you designs of my logo on a t-shirt or a patch. All I'm here to do is make videos that will inspire you to get out. Go for a ride, go for a walk, try new food, try something different, do something different. Okay guys, so this is my 5th gas stop. I got 75,092 miles and I am outside of Sioux City, Iowa. That's I-29 right up there, and I'll take that just a couple of miles up the road and reattach to US 20. So I stopped for a gas break and I went and pulled out my pen to write down the information on my receipt, and I looked in my pocket and my pocket seemed a little empty. It seemed like all my receipts, or at least a good portion of them, were gone. So I was like, oh shit. So I looked down at my feet and found 2 of them. But I'm still missing 2 receipts. One of them is actually for the gas station where I turned around. So this will be unofficial, official, somewhat sketchy iron butt ride. I was actually debating on whether or not I wanted to file all the papers all over again and stuff. So with the missing receipts, even though I have pictures on my phone, they want copies of the receipts. So I don't know what I'm going to do. We know that we've done it, or that we're going to do it. I mean, you never know, my bike all of a sudden might have some mechanical issues and I won't be able to finish, or maybe I'll get to Dubuque and think to myself, geez, I got 2 hours to get home and I'm just too exhausted and I'll have to get a hotel for the night. I don't know. Anything is possible right now. Well, what do you think of my zipper fix? I ended up having an extra mini gator clip, and I clipped it onto the collar of my shirt or my jacket. So hopefully now, as I'm riding, it won't come unzipped. Just beautiful out here. We got into the windmills, making pretty decent time. If I can keep this up, I should be able to get home by around midnight, I hope. Alright guys, I just stopped at this Quick Star here. Kind of like a Quick Trip. Very much like a Quick Trip, in fact. I think they just changed the name for this area of the country. Okay guys, so I stopped at the exact same Casey's as I did earlier today. What was I going to say? I think this camera here ran out of battery. Let's see, I've got 75,362 miles on my odometer, 913.3 miles on the trip odometer, which I reset before we left. I've got 137 miles to go. So yeah, I'll end up with like 50 extra miles according to my calculations on my odometer. It says 2.5 hours to get home. Let's go home. Okay guys, I am done going through Dubuque. I hate coming back because you gotta use 151, which means you gotta come over to this bridge instead of using the one over there. And you're like zigzagging through the downtown area. And it gets pretty raunchy. But now we just gotta cross the bridge right up here. And then we'll be in Wisconsin. Mississippi River. No, you can't see her, but she's there. And welcome to Wisconsin. Woohoo! Still got about 90 miles, it says. Hour and 40 minutes. Hey guys, I looked down and I noticed that we went over the 1,000-mile mark. 1,006.4. And I haven't even hit Monroe yet. Okay guys, we made it. 75,502 miles, and for the trip it was 1,053.5 miles, and it is only about quarter to midnight. So we did it. It's done. I'm just about home. I've only got about maybe a mile to go. But I really want to thank you for coming along and sharing in the adventure of doing an iron, but I still have not decided if I'm actually going to contact them to see about filing the papers and stuff with the missing receipts. I know I can do it now, or I should say I know I can still do it now, and to me that's all that matters. I really don't need another certificate, another license plate bracket, another pin. I just don't need it. So this was more of me trying to prove to myself I can do it, and I know I can. And it also proves to me that Angel can do it. She's my old reliable. She really is. 15-year-old bike, 75,000 miles on her, and she's still kicking. Okay, well, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that weird fun stuff. But mostly for me, make your comments. I love your questions and your concerns, your smart remarks, your dumb remarks. I love it all. I really do. Stay tuned next week. I've got a cooking video coming out, and we're going to make some potato salad. And then I believe after that, I think Jen and I are actually going to be out camping in our new camper. But I don't want to film our first experience in the camper. So I might just film a hike, while we're at the state park. So stay tuned, and we'll go for a day hike in Wissota State Park. All right, guys. See you on the road. Bye.